Welcome, beautiful lights. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you an introduction to Lightworker missions. Do you know yourself to be a Lightworker? A Lightworker is someone who is an empath and really wishes for this world to be a better place. But what differentiates a Lightworker from someone who is just a regular human who wants to see the world be a better place is that a Lightworker knows that they are here for a very specific and important mission, and you feel that sense of urgency and drive to want to know what that is, and you know that on your healing journey, as you overcome your own blocks and challenges, that you are gaining gifts, you are gaining skills and tools that you get to use to heal yourself, and you know that you will need that later on to assist others, to serve others, and help them to overcome their own challenges. Many people believe that lightworkers all are starseeds, but that is not true. All starseeds are lightworkers by nature. If you came here as a starseed, even if you don't know yourself to be a starseed, you've never heard of the term lightworker, you already automatically do light work. Your auric field or your auric field being high vibrational and infused with certain light codes means that you are a light worker. Your nature will also show that you are a light worker because you might not love spending time around a lot of people. You might need a lot of alone time and prefer to spend time in nature. But when you are around people, you are caring, you have empathy and compassion for other people, and you typically are more joyful, optimistic, supportive, and that is how you spread the light. So whether you know what your Lightworker mission is or not, you might know what your main Lightworker mission is, but many Lightworkers have multiple missions. In my case, I don't know what I was thinking before I came into this body as Janine's one, but I resonate with almost all of the Lightworker missions. I think, honestly, that I wanted to have the choice, the option to decide what I wanted to focus on. And so I wanted to have the sort of a taste of all of the different missions, but it can become very overwhelming when you don't know which one to choose. And so I've become an expert in many of the different Lightworker missions, and I'm curious to know if you know what your Lightworker mission is. Now, I'm going to mention a list of Lightworker missions, and I have a whole playlist that is titled Lightworker Missions, where you can watch in more detail information about each of these missions. And if you subscribe and you click on the bell below, you will be notified every time I upload a video, and you can keep on track that way with the freshest news. So, as a Lightworker, honoring your mission is something, like I said, that you feel an urgent sense, a drive. You want to be of service to others. There is quite a lot of healing that needs to take place before you are ready to step fully into your Lightworker mission. But allow that sense, that drive that you feel, the sense of you're running out of time, or you feel pressured and you need to be somewhere, you need to be doing something, allow that to guide you in the right direction by not allowing internal negative voices or the inner critic to stop you from exploring different avenues to that ultimate Lightworker mission. Because you might start out as a Lightworker, perhaps you are a healer first. And as you practice your healing, perhaps you become a medium, and eventually you start developing your gifts as a channel, and so you become an oracle or a messenger for the divine. So definitely, just because your nature guided you to become a healer does not mean that that is where you need to stay. It doesn't mean that that is your only Lightworker mission. So remain open and open to guidance from your higher self. So as a starseed and Lightworker myself, this is something I specialize in. So definitely connect with me and I will share with you all of the different ways in which I'm able to show you what your blueprint is. Your soul had a plan for you, and I can not only show you the blueprint, but activate you and help you on to your highest life path. I absolutely love doing that. It is so rewarding. So now I will share a few, sort of a list and a little bit about each of the Lightworker missions. Some of them are quite obvious and others less so. There is a very long list of Lightworker missions, but these are a few of the more well-known and popular ones that I've come across. The very first one is the healer. A healer in this sense typically is a holistic healer, someone who's into alternative medicine, or or someone who is at least open-minded and curious about the new modalities, which are actually many of them ancient modalities that are coming back into the collective consciousness to be revisited. Um, some cutting edge healing modalities can be downloaded, activated. This is something I do as well. But there are also lightworkers who start off being healers in the traditional big pharma sense. So they might be traditional therapists, medical doctors, surgeons. I have found that if you started out that way, when you're activated as a light worker, you usually shift your focus to more of the natural healing modalities and working with energy, frequency, and light. These are the cutting edge healing modalities that I use in my sessions, and they are profoundly efficient. So, as a healer, you can be someone who does healing massages, someone who uses frequency medicine, sound healing. You can be a healer who is a traditional healer. You might be a shaman. There are so many different forms it can take. And you can be a healer of emotions, a healer of psychology or the psychological state, the mindset, or the physical body. And many energy healers will assist you in bringing balance to your body, and it can be a very subtle experience. I am an energy healer and an intuitive and psychic healer who is able to bring that energy healing through to the manifested plane. So you experience actual physical healings if I'm guided to facilitate that for you, because the healing journey itself is a beautiful soul journey, and so we don't rush or force anything. But I have facilitated miraculous healings within 1 or 2 sessions, and it is something not everyone is aware of. They often hear energy healing as something a little bit vague and woo woo. And they think it's not real, that you just feel a little bit better, or maybe your auric field gets a bit of a tune up. But when I'm a metaphysicist and a metaphysician, and so I work on the etheric level, but I bring it through to the physical. And so that is something you can also train to do. Definitely connect with me if you would like to know how. And I can also guide you in sessions and in readings in what specialty you need to move towards and where the future of healing lies. So, as a healer, what an important journey you are on. Many healers start out having a lot of health challenges or mental, emotional challenges, maybe being abused or experiencing a lot of trauma, or both, usually. And so you are highly motivated to become a healer for those reasons. And so typically we heal ourselves, and that is how we learn the different modalities that we then get to use to heal others as well. Definitely look at the end of this video. I will share the playlist for Lightworker missions if you are curious to know more about one or all of the different Lightworker missions. So then the second one I wanted to talk about is close to my heart. I am a grid worker, and it is a very exclusive Lightworker mission. All Lightworkers are not starseeds, but grid workers all are starseeds as well as Lightworkers. So as a grid worker, we are here to heal the earth, to heal the energy and the energy lines or meridians of the earth. We are here to shift low vibrational, negative, and dense dark energies, and to allow the earth to ascend and to heal herself and elevate, exalt herself to crystalline form. The earth herself started out as a fifth density being, which is a state of heaven on earth, just beautiful, splendid nature. But because of humanity unfortunately abusing and neglecting her, and misusing her resources and not caring enough about keeping things in balance, she has devolved, and we are, as grid workers, are here to help her back on track to being her own bright and beautiful self again. As a grid worker, you typically feel drawn to actually go to or to do research on, and definitely it is on your bucket list to travel the world, especially to sacred sites. So there are different sacred sites. Some are natural sites, some are man-made, and there's such a variety of them that I also discuss in more detail in the grid worker mission. But some of the very well-known ones are Uluru Mountain, Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx of Giza in Egypt, as well as Easter Island in Chile, South America. There are so many. And so we sometimes live near these sacred sites, or some are lucky enough to live on them, because if it hasn't been discovered yet, there might be portals and gateways, stargates that you are meant to activate, and you might be the guardian as a grid worker of that area. And so it might not have been discovered by the masses, or hidden beautifully by previous grid workers, and you get to experience those high vibrational energies for yourself without any interference. So that's enough about grid workers for now, but I really focus on that Lightworker mission at this stage, because it is just one of the most essential ascension missions that there is. So the next one I wanted to touch on is the Lightworker mission as a messenger. So this can again take many different forms. The messenger can be an oracle for the divine, literally using oracle cards to communicate intuitively and bring through messages to people, helping and guiding them on their life journey. They are healers in their own right by bringing through high vibrational healing messages and inspirational messages. So, but what makes them differentiated from healers is that the focus is on being connected to higher vibrational beings, to source energy or light beings and galactic family, and then bringing through those high vibrational messages either as a channel. And again, channelers, there are many different forms of channeling, um, as an oracle card reader, as a tarot reader. Some of the messengers bring through messages intuitively or clear cognizantly, meaning that they are clear thinking, clear knowing, that they receive direct downloads of information and share it with the world. So being a messenger is all about receiving messages from higher realms and then bringing it through, embodying it and moving it through and sharing it with others. So messengers play also a very important role, and you will find many of us on YouTube, on Facebook, sharing our messages. And so yes, messengers. Next, the one that I really am fascinated with and really adore are the indigo souls, who are light warriors, the leaders of the light. I'm getting chills as I say that. So this is such a special group, and there are many men in this group in particular, but of course not exclusively. There are mostly women, because there are more female starseeds and lightworkers than there are male ones. And as indigo souls, the indigos are here to be the rebels, to help to break down the old corrupt systems and structures that no longer serve us, that haven't served us ever really. And they are the ones who make waves, who are brave. And that does not mean that they have to be soldiers or full on actual literal warriors. They can be messengers who bring through these downloads of the new systems that need to take the place of the old, need to replace the old ways. They can be fighters, they can be special forces soldiers, or um, they might be the most peaceful person you know, but they've got a drive about them, and they definitely care about certain topics and causes, and they put in all effort to either rile up support for others through the spoken word, or through writing books about the topic, doing research and sharing what they find. They might be lawyers, they might be in the medical field, but making waves, opening up people's eyes and minds to the natural ways of healing, maybe spotting the corruption, and they often are the whistleblowers as well. So they are a very special and powerful group. Archangel Michael wants me to mention that Archangel Michael is your guardians, or I should say guardian, but let me explain that there is not just one Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is a collective of angels that have the indigo ray, and they are the shielders and protectors, the powerful ones that have your back on your journey becoming a light warrior and being a leader for the new earth. So if you feel comfortable to do so, definitely call on Archangel Michael to shield and protect you, to support you in fulfilling your mission. as a light warrior. There is a very long list of Lightworker missions, but I'm going to leave it there. And I'm curious to know, what is your Lightworker mission? What do you feel? Do you resonate with one of these that I listed? Or do you know yourself to be one of the many others? There are many videos made which list the 12 Lightworker missions, but they are definitely not only 12, more like 144, definitely. And also, do you resonate with one, but you are very curious and interested about another one? Are you someone like myself who came in and I have practically all of them? I love reading your comments, and I love that energy exchange between us. And I really appreciate the support as I support you guys in discovering more about your Lightworker missions. So find the ways in which you can connect with me in the description box below. You are most welcome to join my New Earth Soul Tribe group, which is a free WhatsApp group chat, and I'm the only one sharing information on there, channeled messages, inspiration, and information about the activations that I offer, and all sorts of other offerings. So thank you so much for being here as a light worker at this time. And I'm very proud of you. You are doing really well. And the fact that you clicked on this video means that you might be ready to find out exactly why it is that you came. There is a life of fulfillment, abundance, joy, satisfaction that lie ahead for you as you step into your role as a light worker. Sending so much healing, love, and light. Until next time.